So good morning, it's 19 minutes to 9 now. Let's jump straight into those stories that you might not have heard about. Of course, John Moss is with us on news today. Good morning.
Yes, one that caught my eye. Well, there's quite a few, including President Trump being apoplectic. But Prince Andrew has asked for a military promotion to be deferred after he recently stepped back from public duties. He was due to be given the title of Admiral on his 60th birthday later this month. Presumably, he's had the suit all kitted out and he's been measured for it. But apparently he's not having it now. Now, there are 41 admirals in the British Navy. There are 40 ships. 41 admirals, vice admirals and rear admirals, so probably they could do without an extra admiral. Just to give a look at the size of our fleet, in World War II we had a fleet of 1,400 ships, including 15 battleships, 7 aircraft carriers, 184 destroyers. Now, as I say, it's down to 40. I think from memory, we've got about 13 destroyers and frigates, etc., and quite a few other things that appear actually in Douglas Harbour from time to time. But a question that occurred to me, and a title that I seem to remember, was Admiral of the Herring Fleet. Whether, in fact, we do still have an admiral. This is a question for you, young
Yes.
Ben, over there in Peel, because that's likely to be where the admiral comes from.
And I feel this is something I should know. I'll be absolutely honest. I don't know. It's something I've not heard about for a long, long time. I mean, I've heard of the term, but...
Well, whether it's a title that's automatically passed on, I don't know. It doesn't get a great deal of publicity. Whether it still exists out there. If someone could let us know, we'd be interested.
I think this could be some homework for you, Ben, over the weekend.
I think so. Shall I have a little trip round to the breakwater and see if I can, chat to some of the people out there?
Ask around.
Yeah, have a little look along the
Is that what you do
quayside.
normally of a weekend? You go
Well,
around and sit on a barrel of herring and pass the time of day.
enjoy something nice from the kiosk, maybe a crab bap.
They do it
like
nice,
that.
don't they?
Oh,
They do it
lovely.
beautiful up there.
Love
And
it.
provided it's not too windy.
Well, that's the thing. I think this weekend, actually, the breakwater probably wouldn't be a good place to be in the respect of the storms we got coming.
And
So,
provided you keep the flappy fellas away.
oh, well, quite. Yes, I'm with you now. Yeah, they can be a menace at times. The
They
old
can be dangerous. They got big
seagulls.
beaks.
I think you're referring to seagulls.
I am, yes.
Yeah,
The
yes,
flappy
absolutely.
fellas, yes. Great big long beaks, some of them. Enormous.
You've got to be careful. So the Admiral of the Herring Fleet,
Admiral
then.
of the Herring Fleet, yeah. Does the title still exist?
Let us know, 166 177. Email studio@manxradio.com. You can save me a trip, perhaps, this weekend. Sean, what have you got for us?
Well, I've got a story about a very unhappy Madonna.
Oh,
She is displeased that the London Palladium censored her by cutting her concert short. They have a very strict curfew, 11 p.m, and she ran slightly over. She had one more song to do, and they just brought the metal curtain down on
wow.
her show.
So that was it. 11 o'clock came and that was it.
That was it. No more Madonna.
Does she still wear those pointy things?
The infamous conical bra, is that what you're alluding to?
Does she still wear them? I don't know. In concert?
I'm not sure. I've
They'd get an
not had
enormous
the
cheer if they
privilege
appeared,
of-
I would imagine, if she suddenly appeared in them.
No,
It was
I
around the
can't
time
say I've seen her, but
she did Vogue with those. It was around that
Yes.
time, wasn't it? So 30-odd years ago now. So, well, perhaps she was going to wear them, but they brought the curtain
It's
down.
been extremely uncomfortable. It's rather like those long pointy shoes they used to wear in medieval times that used to be held up with a piece of string because they were so long they curled
the
round,
curling
and a
ones,
piece of
yes.
string was tied to your leg to actually hold the points up.
Goodness me. Yeah, you didn't make a fair point. So what's Madonna going to do about this? Is she kicking off then?
She's been very unhappy. She says they've censored her. She's thanked the audience who didn't move, but very unhappy indeed.
You'd have thought she would have known the sort of rules beforehand, or perhaps
You would
maybe...
think, not her first tour.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe the audience got so carried away, things ran on a bit longer. Who
Well,
knows?
it all went downhill for her after she scored that goal against England with her hand, didn't it?
Well, do you know, I was just thinking that actually. That's where the tide turned for old Madonna. The 86 World Cup. There we go. Very well spotted, John. And finally, from me, we were talking about Last Tango in Halifax yesterday. It's back on BBC One very, very soon. The writer of that, Sally Wainwright, also responsible for Happy Valley, which I don't think either of you have seen. Is that right?
I haven't, no.
On my own
I know
here.
who's in it now.
Yeah, well,
But
yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, I briefly informed you, didn't I? Well, have a watch because it's on Netflix. The 2 series so far. Sarah Lancashire as Sergeant Catherine Kaywood in Yorkshire, gritty northern drama. Sally Wainwright has now confirmed she is planning a 3rd series of the show. There's been a bit of a delay. The last series was 4 years ago because the young lad in the show, he needs to become a teenager to tell the next chapter of the story. And this lad, actually, the actor who plays him, Rhys Connor, he was just a wee whippersnapper, but he is now in his teens and looking much older. So it looks like the 3rd series is nigh.
My son's watching a series called Elementary, which is an American version of Sherlock.
Oh,
which
okay.
apparently was from 2005, which was before the Benedict Cumberbatch version. So
This is the one with Lucy Liu and
that's it.
what's
That's
his
it.
name?
That's
from
it. But I
Trainspotting.
can't get into it at all. As far as I'm concerned, there's too many versions of Sherlock around.
Favourite Sherlock version?
Well, apart from the original, I suppose Benedict Cumberbatch. The first two series were very, very good.
It did get a bit out of hand, I think, towards the end. I think they were trying to get too clever for their own good. But, well, there we are. Sherlock, that's on Netflix as well, I think, if you fancy watching that. But Happy Valley, I loved it. I think it was just one of the best dramas of recent times. It looks like it is coming back at some point. They're certainly planning a third series at the moment.